Right then, what have we got in here? Oh, jeez. Here we go. Look what we got. It's time to talk chip strategy. Let's go! Welcome to the chip strategy video, Fantasy Premier League 1920. We've got to the point where we've got doubles and blanks and more doubles. We've all got our chips, but how do we best use them? Let's crack on, let's go. So here's the schedule from now to the end of the season. As we can see, there are 3 blanks or doubles. Game week 31 is the big blank, just the 4 matches to be played. So that's 8 teams. Game week 37, that's the big double. That's when the majority of teams will have a double game week because of all the blanks that have come because of the FA Cup fixtures, the quarterfinals and the semi-finals. And then we've got game week 34, which is a bit of a weird one. Some will blank and some will double. I mean, it's very unlikely that anyone will blank, kind of maybe 1 or 2 max, maybe. And again, we might have got 3 or 4 playing doubles. It's all to do with the FA Cup semi-finals are played on that weekend, but then the teams that can't play their fixture because of the FA Cup semi-final will move to the midweek, but then some teams can't have their game moved to the midweek because of Europe. So some teams will play twice, some teams won't play at all. It'll all be like after game week 31, once the quarterfinals are played. We'll find out about game week 34 then. The main thing to know is game week 34 is going to have a few blanks and doubles, not many. Game week 31 is going to be completely blank. Game week 37 is going to be loads of doubles. That's it. So, what do we do with the chips? Well, I got all my chips, but what do I do? So, if you've got all your chips, we're talking wildcard, free hit and bench boost, forgetting about triple captain. The best, obviously we know there's only one big double game week, so I would propose wildcarding in game week 36 to then get 100% double game week players. You've got 15 of them all playing twice in game week 37 when you hit your bench boost. So then you've got 30 players, essentially 30 matches, just massive points, almost guaranteed. That's where you're playing your wildcard and your bench boost. Where you play your free hit though really depends on how many players you've got going into game week 31. I think if you can field 8, you know, you've got your triple Wolves, triple Liverpool, a couple of others. If you can get 8 out, I would propose not using your free hit then, because your only free hit is getting extra 3 players that are like from Burnley or Watford, and that's not really the greatest use of a free hit chip. So, yeah, if you've got 8 there, use your free hit in the first double game week. And then, as we see here, if you can't get those players out for game week 31, I would use the free hit for 31. Using your transfers now to get in players that you probably will blank in 31. You can use a free hit then, and then those players will double in 34 perhaps. So that's what I would do. If you cannot get players for 31, free hit then. If you can, free hit in 34 with the wild card in 36 and the bench boost in 37. I've already used my free hit. What do I do? So no free hit. You therefore need to plan to get players in for game week 31. But if you do that, then you're not going to have any double game week players, are you? So if you kind of dead end your team into 31, get as many like 8, 9, 10, 11 players out for then, you're not going to have any double game week players. You know, you're going to have Wolves and Liverpool. You're not going to be looking too bad, but you're not going to have the likes of, you know, Man City or Chelsea or Arsenal, the other good teams. So really then after 31, you could then wildcard your team because you'll know who's gone through from the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. So those guys are going to be the ones that, you know, there's going to be more double game weeks for those guys. So they'll be the ones that you kind of could then to look at in on a wild card. It's still best to bench boost in 37 because that is when we know the most teams will have the double game weeks. So you could save your wild card all the way up until 36, as per if you have all of your chips, you could do it that way. But maybe because you haven't got the free hit and you do need to plan for that 31 more, your team might be in a not as great a position straight after 31 for the remaining 32 onwards, specifically for 34 as well. So you might want to think about wildcarding early. I'll put it in game week 32 here. Doesn't have to be then, but you just might want to wildcard a little bit earlier because you didn't have the free hit for 31. So yeah, your team's just going to be dead-ended a bit more. So just freshen it up, get more double game week players in for the rest of the season. I've already used my wildcard. What do I do? So if you haven't got any game week 31 players, the thing to do would be to free hit now at 31, and then by the time we get to 32, you'll kind of know the players that, you know, we already know who's blanking, so therefore they're doubling. We will get fixtures announced over the next few weeks as well, so we'll get an idea who's playing 34, 37, and then you can plan your transfers to bring in the double game week players for 37. Plenty of time to be able to do that. You haven't got to worry about 31 players because you've got your free hit chip. You've already got your haven't got your wild card. So yeah, just plan your transfers accordingly. Make sure you've got as many double game week players in as possible for 37, and that is when you play your bench boost. But if you've already got enough players for 31, you know, you can already field 8 or 9 easy, then it's simple. Just move your free hit from 31, use it in 34 instead. You can still use this time, you know, from 32 onwards to plan for 37, because obviously you haven't got the wild card. So you can still plan for that. You know, you've got 6 weeks ahead there to plan for 37. And you haven't really got to worry about the fixture so much in 34 because you know you're free hitting then. So you can get more double game week players in on the free hit. And then just make all your transfers, your attention should be based on game week 37. I've already used my free hit and my wild card. What do I do? So as you can see here, we're getting a bit more limited now, but there are people out there, I've seen them without free hit, without wildcard. Best plan of action? Well, I'd still be using that bench boost in game week 37. That's when the most players are playing. They're playing twice. So many teams will have double game weeks. So, you know, you've got time now to plan for that double game week in advance. Obviously, you still need to focus on game week 31. Try and get, you know, if you triple Liverpool, triple Wolves out. But then from there, you just need to focus on that 37. Use your bench boost then. 34, make of it what you can. And everything else in the meantime should be not too bad. You're obviously not going to get as many double game week players out as those with wild cards and free hits still available. But there's nothing to say that that bench boost cannot be utilised very well in game week 37. I got no chips left. What do I do? Tough one, this one. No chips left whatsoever. I mean, for me, you've kind of got to focus on 31 because you need your team out, but don't go all out for 31 because you can't change your team after that. And only 3 weeks later, you're going to get teams with double game weeks, and then 3 weeks later again, you're going to get loads of teams with double game weeks. But those teams in those double game weeks will not be in game week 31 because they're out of the FA Cup. They're not getting any games postponed. They're playing in 31 and then they're single game weeks for the rest of the season. So Liverpool and Wolves obviously again are the main candidates. Get them in, but then after that, you know, you play with the rest of your squad. If you get 6 of them, that's another 9. Perhaps those other 9 players you can focus a bit more on the double game weeks, getting some players, especially from 32 onwards, that are going to double. Purely focus on that and just do what you can. You know, you're going to have to accept now that you're not going to have as many double game week players as maybe with wild cards and free hits, etc. But you know, at least you're going to get some decent squads out, and perhaps, you know, maybe you got some freedom. Everyone else is focusing on specific players from specific teams based on their fixtures and blanks and doubles, whereas you don't need to worry about that because you haven't got any chips, so it doesn't really matter. You haven't got bench boost to use. It doesn't matter about your bench. You can just get in a load of 4-point notes, maximise, you know, your starting value in your starting 11. Who cares if they're doubling or blanking? Because you haven't got anything. So maybe this is your chance. Look at it this way. You could be the ultimate differentials. You can get these players in and it doesn't really matter that much. Or perhaps another opinion is you're screwed because we'll all be smashing players in, smashing players out, free hitting, bench boosting, and you can't do that. Man, only time will tell. But there we go. Hey there, soccer fans. If you're enjoying this content, be sure to click the thumbs up and like the video. You could also say to your friends, hey man, did you watch those FPL videos on YouTube? And they'll be like, nope. And you're like, well, you should, because he's really, really cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this video has been very useful. Bit different to the usual format, but the Game Week 30 preview will be out towards the end of the week. So in the meantime, please give this one a thumbs up if you've liked it. There will be more and more on chip strategy as the fixtures become announced and we know if it's falling into 34 and 37. So I'll keep you up to date on that. But in the meantime, Game Week 30 is coming up. Let's go! Go, 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 go!